Hello everyone, let us begin with our lesson 1, being considerate. What do you mean by being considerate, children? Yes, children. Considerate is being aware of and respecting other people's feelings. The simple acts of kindness don't just make us feel warm and fuzzy. When we are considerate of others, it makes the person concerned feel loved and respected. It makes the world a better place to live in. As much as people value honesty, they also value someone who respects their feelings. Now, let us begin to read. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. This quote is said by Aristotle. It is a very famous quote of Aristotle. It tells us that dignity isn't something one earns through rewards. Rather, it consists in consciousness that one deserves it. It is a very famous quote of Aristotle. Children, some people are given honors just for being in right place at the right time, donating money to a cause or helping raise money. That means they are given honors. When you work hard at helping people, get your hands dirty and work hard to change the way people are living, or study hard and learn how to make a difference in people's lives, or develop a new thing to help people, then you earn the honors you are given. Being given something when you have worked to earn it is a high compliment. But being given something just because you have a famous name or a rich family or were part of a group that paid someone else to do the work is an unearned honor. Now, dignity and honor are two different concepts, children. Dignity is your worth, self-respect. Honor is respect one gets from others. Sometimes non-deserving person gets honor. Just because a person is elder, he gets respect. But he doesn't deserve. For example, his work or actions or qualities deserve honor. The above quote means a person should deserve honor. Okay, children, understood? Children, most common response people offer is that dignity is about respect. To contrary, dignity is not the same as respect. Dignity is our inherent value and worth as human beings. Everyone is born with it. Respect, on the other hand, is earned through one's action. Dignity is the right of person to be valued and respected for their own sake and to be treated ethically. The state or quality being worthy of honor or respect. According to Aristotle, dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. Now, here I am going to share with you some pictures which are showing the situations of being considerate. Here, A boy is offering his seat to the pregnant lady. Means he is careful about that pregnant lady and respecting her by offering his seat to her. Here, a boy is giving the specs to his friend as it were fallen while going home. Here, the friend is considerate about the boy. In this picture, the little girl is helping the old man to collect his scattered things which were fallen down from the bag. It is shown that she is conscious about what he is going to do and helping him. You must learn about others' feelings. I am going to share with you one short story about the lady Andy and her two daughters. Andy was frustrated because her daughters, aged 3 and 4, ended up quarreling and fighting every time she took them to the grocery shopping. She thought that she needed to figure out how to do their shopping without everyone feeling upset. The mom asked the girls for suggestions on how to make the trip to the grocery store a better experience for all. The 4-year-old suggested that they bring snacks from home so they wouldn't nag for the cookies. The 3-year-old said she would sing quietly to herself so she would feel happy. The girls remembered their promises, and the next trip to the supermarket went much more smoothly. Leaving the store, younger girl asked to her mother, "Do you feel really upset now, mommy?" Mother assured her that she felt just fine and remarked how nice it was when nobody got into argument. Do these problem solving situations actually help you to learn the value of consideration? Over a time, even a young child sees that words or actions can make another smile or feel better, and that when she is kind to someone else, that person is nice to her. These feedback encourages other genuine acts of consideration. Caring about how another person feels means being considerate, like we discussed in the Andy's situation. If we offer a help to someone, the other person says thank you. They both are polite to each other. Saying thank you and please and being polite is very easy to show that you are considerate. Okay, children, have you understood the story and have you liked the story? Now, what is the meaning of being considerate? As I have discussed before, it means consciously thoughtful and observant, often of other people and caring them. Now, the values which we are going to study in this lesson will be consideration for others, courtesy means politeness, dignity of manual work. Again, I will explain you. Dignity means self-respect, and consideration means giving respect to others and respecting the feelings of other people. Now, let us read. Time to start. Don't we usually think that we should bother to know only about persons whom we think are important to us? How often do you really bother to know a little more of the person who cleans your classroom? Perhaps you just know him as the sweeper. or by any nickname like Motu or Chotu given by students. Yet he is very important person. How would your classroom look if it wasn't cleaned by him every day? His work is important for you. He is your helper, not your servant. We have our prejudices that certain types of work do not command respectability, and we look down upon persons doing the so-called menial jobs like sweeping, cleaning toilets, and carrying loads. Here, it is said that we only bother about those people who are important to us, children. But do we really bother to know a little more of the person who is cleaning your classroom also every day? Only you just know him by the nickname like Motu or Chotu. But he is also a very important person. How would your classroom look if it wasn't clean every day, children? His work is also important for you. And he is your helper but not your servant. We look down upon persons doing the so-called menial jobs like sweeping, cleaning toilets, and carrying loads. Many of our great spiritual leaders have often emphasized the dignity in any type of labor, be it manual or otherwise. We have seen this in people like Mahatma Gandhi. They have taught us by example, practicing what they preached. Giving dignity to labor also means we respect the persons doing the work. This in turn makes us considerate towards all. A considerate person is always helpful and avoids causing any discomfort to anyone. Children, many spiritual leaders emphasize dignity in their any type of labor. Like for example, we know different famous people like Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, who taught us about politeness. Further, we will read two stories. One is on how people feel when someone is inconsiderate to others, and the other is when one does not respect the dignity of another's labor. Now let's start reading the first story. Time to read. Being considerate brings respect. Manu safely stored his suitcase in the proper place and sat down on his seat. A few minutes before the scheduled departure, a family of 5 rushed into the aircraft. "We made it!" exclaimed the man. His wife looked relieved too. Then one of the 3 children said, "It's all Romy's fault. If he hadn't taken my ball then." Romy immediately cut off the sentence, shouting, "No, it's your fault. You should have just given me the ball." Soon the youngest child also started shouting, asking for a ball of his own to play with. Now here what has happened, children? That here one boy called Manu has entered an aircraft and is being seated down on his seat, and after a few minutes a family of 5 people enters the aircraft, and as soon as the family has entered, the children are seen to be fighting with each other and quarreling with each other regarding the ball which they were playing with. Children, turn the page. The parents of these noisy children didn't worry about the inconvenience they were causing the other passengers. The man attempted to find a place for all the baggage that the family had brought. He carelessly pushed aside a small suitcase, causing it to fall on the ground. Without even saying sorry, the man rudely asked, "Whose luggage is this? It hasn't been placed properly and now look, it has fallen down." Even before he had finished his statement, Manu came by and picked up the suitcase. He turned to the man and said, "Sir, this is my suitcase. Please understand that I had placed it securely in the hold. Perhaps I should help you with your luggage to avoid further accidents." Now, here we have read that the parents are not bothered that their children are fighting and making noise and shouting at each other. Now, the man is finding a place for his baggage. He carelessly pushed aside a small suitcase and that suitcase fell on the ground. Then, without saying sorry, the man is rudely asking questions like, "Whose luggage is this? It was not placed properly and look, it is now fallen down." By saying this, Manu comes there and picks up the suitcase and says to that man that it was my suitcase and I had placed it securely in the hold. And I will also help you with your luggage to avoid further accidents. Now let's read, children. Before the man could react, the air hostess had arrived on the scene. The mother and her 3 children immediately demanded for drinks and other refreshments from the air hostess. The air hostess politely asked them to take their seats. She checked to see that the baggage was well secured in the hold. She then requested the family to remain quietly seated until takeoff, saying she would attend to their needs soon afterwards. But the lady was rude. In a loud voice, she remarked within the hearing of the passengers nearby, "You are paid to look after us. Mind your business." The air hostess remained silent and went about her work, unmindful of the remark. See, children, what has happened here in this story? Now, children, what we have seen in this story is that the air hostess has arrived there near the family. The mother and her 3 children immediately demanded drinks and other refreshments from the air hostess. The air hostess politely asked them to take their seats and also checked that the baggage was well secured in the hold. And she also requested the family to remain quiet until the takeoff. The air hostess also said them that she will attend their needs soon after the takeoff. But the lady was very rude here. Children, in the loud voice she said, without bothering the passengers who are sitting nearby, she said to the air hostess very rudely in a loud voice, "You are paid to look after us. Mind your business." The air hostess remained silent. The air hostess was quite calm and went for her work without noticing her insult here. Now children, let's read further. Manu watched in amazement as the air hostess remained calm and finally managed to settle everyone comfortably. He felt a lot of respect for the air hostess, the way she worked and showed consideration for others. He felt ashamed of the way the family members, particularly the lady, behaved with her. They were rude, disrespectful, and inconsiderate. Manu didn't like them at all and was glad to see the last of them at the end of the journey. He understood then that no one likes to be with people who are rude and inconsiderate. Manu decided to be like the air hostess, polite and considerate, so that people would respect him. Children, what did we read here in the story? That Manu is observing how the family is behaving with that air hostess. He found that the air hostess remained calm and managed to settle them comfortably. He felt respect for the air hostess, the way she worked and showed consideration for others. But he was feeling ashamed for the family members, particularly the lady, the way she behaved with the air hostess. All the family members were rude, disrespectful, and inconsiderate. Did you like the family or the air hostess, children? Yes, you liked the air hostess in the story. Similarly, Manu also liked air hostess. Manu did not like the family. And he also understood that no one likes the people who are rude and inconsiderate. And he decided to be like air hostess, who was polite and considerate. Children, who is the considerate person according to you? Yes, a considerate person is always helpful and avoids discomfort to others. Okay, children. Now, why did Manu feel a lot of respect for the air hostess? Why do you think, children? Manu felt respect for the air hostess because she showed consideration for others and she was dedicated to her work. Now answer this question also. What do you think were the values did Manu imbibe from the air hostess? Yes, the values which Manu imbibed from the air hostess were politeness, kindness, and being helpful. Answer the following questions. Where did Manu place his suitcase? A. Securely in the hold. B. Carelessly in the storage cabin. C. Underneath his seat. D. On top of family's luggage. Yes, A option is correct. So tick that. Now turn your page, children. Question 2. Why were the children in the family inconsiderate? A. They were too large a family and had many pieces of luggage. B. They had no time to settle down. C. The air hostess did not help them. D. The parents themselves were inconsiderate. The option D is correct. So tick that. The parents themselves were inconsiderate. Now the third question. The lady in the family was rude to the air hostess. What did she say which was hurting? The lady in the family was rude to the air hostess. She hurted the air hostess. The lady told the air hostess that she was paid to look after the passengers and she should mind her own business. Now question 4. Why did the air hostess's behavior command respect even though throughout the scene every family member was inconsiderate towards her? What will be the answer here? The answer is the air hostess behavior command respect even though throughout the scene every family member was inconsiderate towards her because the air hostess remained calm, polite and considerate throughout, despite the family being very rude and disrespectful. She finally managed to settle everyone comfortably. Hope you have understood the lesson, children.